Hi children, welcome back. In module 3, we discuss major crops of India, no? In this what we discuss in the major crops of India, we discussed about the food crops. In these food crops, major crops are rice, wheat, millets. So rice where it is grown, wheat where the soil is suitable, what the climatic conditions, how much rainfall it required, which soil is suitable. In different parts of India, which crop is grown, rice is not grown in all the area, wheat also not grown in all the area, mostly in the north side, west wheat. Like that different crops in different places we discuss, food crops. Next one we discuss about the fiber crops also. Cotton, jute. So cotton required the black soil where it is available in Gujarat and Maharashtra. Mostly we can see the cotton fields, and there also we can see the textile mills in the Gujarat, Ahmedabad and Maharashtra. Next one we discussed about the jute mills mostly in the West Bengal, because here well drained loomy soil is there, it is suitable to the jute. Next one, labor also available mostly from the Bihar and West Bengal. Next we discuss about the plantation crops. In the plantation crops we discussed about the two types. One is the tea plantation, another one is the coffee plantation. Mostly they are grown in the slopy areas like the mountain areas. So here seven sisters mostly in the Assam we discuss. Next one in the Coorg south side, in Tamil Nadu and Nilagiri mountains and Western Ghats we discuss. Today we'll see the interesting topic, how this agriculture is increased the production. See, today our module 4 we are discussing about the agriculture development. What is meant by agriculture development? It means the production is increased in the agriculture. Why it has to increase the production? The population is increasing day by day. To meet the food supply, when the population is increasing, we require the more food to supply the according to the population increase. So here we have to increase the production in the agriculture also. Then how it is possible to increase the production in the agriculture? The land is fixed, we cannot increase the land, but in the fixed land we have to increase the agriculture production. That is called the agriculture development. In detail in this module we'll see how it is possible. Now see here, first 5-year plan. In the first 5-year plan we have the 5-year plans. When we got the independence in 1947, after we are exporting the food grains, importing the food grains from the foreign countries. Why you are importing? So during the after the independence, during the British rule, our all land they used as a plantation crops. Here what we require, the food crops are not growing properly, and during the partition of the Pakistan and India separated during independence time, people also migrated to India from the Pakistan. Now here we want to supply more food for the people, lack of the grains, then we are importing from other countries, we are depending on the other countries. Then automatically during the independence time only we have the loss of our economy. Now we are importing the food grains also. Here it is a problem, the country is facing the problem. Then first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru decided we have to implement the 5-year plans to develop the country. Then they plan, we are getting the money in the form of taxes. This money we have to use properly with the planning. Suppose you take the example, our family, father, parents are getting the income, no? They will plan that income also. They will not spend without the plan. Why? Any problem is there, to face the problem we have to save the some money. So our parents, they will decide to save, they will plan it how much we have to save from the income, then remaining income only they will spend to the daily our needs, how much we have to save to children education, for future higher education. And we want to buy the house, we want some assets like car. So for this they will plan everything from the income. That is called the budget, family income plan. So here also country, it is getting the income in the form of the taxes. That taxes how to spend, that is called the 5-year planning program. In this first 5-year plan, it was introduced in 1951. In this first 5-year plan, they first implemented on the agriculture. The income we have to spend more on the agriculture, then only we can increase the production. See, in the first 5-year plan, what they did, it gave importance to agriculture, irrigation and power projects. If you constructed the power projects, multi projects are there, no? Dams, the dam will produce the electricity as well as it will give the water to the irrigation. Here irrigation means supplying the water to the agriculture field. So where the dry lands like Punjab, Rajasthan will supply the water through the irrigation, means they will dig the canals. And to decrease the country's reliance on the food grain imports, so we have to reduce depend on the other countries. Next one, resolve the food crisis and ease the raw material problem, especially in jute and cotton. So we are facing the raw material in the industries like a cotton textile industry and in jute industry. The lack of the raw material, the industry's production is not good. That's why we have to grow more concentration on the fiber crops. Already we discussed the cotton and jute are the fiber crops. Next one, 3.45% of resources were designated for the agriculture. So the agriculture, more land, the resources what we require for the agriculture, we want the land, more land brought under the agriculture, where earlier the land is not usable. Suppose Rajasthan is there, it is the dry region. If you will supply the water, then that land also added to the agriculture. Next one, the focus was to maximize the output from the agriculture. So here what they are focusing first 5-year plan, to maximize the output in the agriculture, more grains in the agriculture. Then it provides the inputs for industrial growth. Then automatically we can provide the raw material to the industry also. Then the industries also will develop. Like this, the first 5-year plan, they give importance to agriculture. Next, see one more important change in the agriculture. We are getting more produce now. How it is possible? Through the green revolution, the change in the agriculture pattern, that is called the green revolution. What changes they brought in the agriculture? See here, continued expansion of the farming area. Earlier, only some land is there in the agriculture. Now, through the irrigation facilities, the dry land like Rajasthan, where the water is not there, through the artificial canal and the bore wells, they are digging the bore wells to bring the groundwater. Like that, the more land they brought under the agriculture, and some areas also where forest area is there, they clear the forest and more land they brought under the cultivation. Next one, double cropping existing farmland. So what is there? The farmland in the agriculture, earlier only one crop is coming. Now this green revolution, they are introducing the HYV seeds, high yielding variety of seeds. Within 6 months we'll get the crop. Next 6 months again a second crop. Earlier we are depending only on one crop. Now because of the green revolution, they are producing 2 crops, in some areas even 3 crops also. That is called double cropping. Means we are increase the cropping. 2 crops in a year, in some places 3 crops in a year, same land. Next one, using seeds with improved genetics, means this is the HYV, high yield variety seeds. It will give more production grains. Suppose see earlier traditional normal seeds we are using, same size of the land we are using. Earlier we got only example, this is 10 bags of the grains. Now using the HYV seeds, the production increase. We can get 15 bags in the same field. Now improving the irrigation facilities. In the green revolution, they improve the irrigation facilities also, like where the water facility not there in the dry region, they dig the canals. Through the canals they are sending the water, dam water. Next one, bore wells. In Punjab mostly they dig the bore wells. In dry regions like Plateau, Deccan Plateau, like that they supply the water. Irrigation means improve the water facilities to the agriculture. Next one, use of the fertilizers. When the soil, it has the less fertility. Suppose alluvial soil is there, it is a good fertile soil. But you take the red soil, loamy soil, they are less fertility. The crops will not grow, it will not give more grains production, less yield it will give. For that they added the fertilizers. It will give the more production. And not only the fertilizers, they uses the pesticides. Pesticides means here during the harvest time, before the harvest, the crop it is affected by any insect, then it will kill. They will apply the pesticides. In the green revolution, this all new changes it came. What the new changes? They increase the farming land and 2 or 3 crops in a year. HYV seeds they are using. Next one, fertilizers, pesticides they are using. And the government also giving in-time loans. In-time loan means actually the sowing the seeds, agriculture will start in the month of June. Almost June it will start. If the bank will give the loan in month of May and June, then the farmer is ready with the inputs. He can buy what he required. It may be seeds or it may be any mechanical tools he required. Then in advance only he can buy. In time he can do the agriculture. That is the loan facility with less interest government is providing to the farmers. And not only this, they are providing the in district level, village level, the officers. These officers will go to the fields, to the farmers. They will explain how to grow the crops. Here in India, most of the farmers, they are lack of the education. They don't know how to use the fertilizers, pesticides, and which seeds they can use to get more production. They not have the idea. Then they will train the officers. That officers they will go to the village and they will train the farmers. This also introduced by the government. Now see here the green revolution. First time in India who introduced. He is called the father of Indian green revolution. M.S. Swaminathan. Well-known Indian genetic international administrator. He did so many research in the agriculture and he only introduced the green revolution in India. So by using this all methods, the crops increased 5 times. The production is increased 5 times. Now we are in a position to export to other countries. Now India is exporting to other countries also. After the Green Revolution, it was introduced in 1960. After this, the farmers are using this method and they are getting more production. Now India is not only supplying to our Indians, and we are able to export to other countries also. And he did so many research. In 1999, the Time magazine placed him in the Time 20 list. Next, he got so many national awards and international awards. So many awards he got. Next, we discuss about Swaminathan. He is the father of Indian Green Revolution. Before Swaminathan, he is the worldwide father of the Green Revolution. He is Norman Borlaug. So, father of the Green Revolution in the world. He started the cooperative wheat research production program in Mexico. European countries, mostly they will grow the wheat because the climate is suitable and there the land is in a large. They will use the high technology machines. That's why they did the research on the wheat, and mostly they will grow the wheat. Their staple food is wheat. That's why. So he expanded the program to other countries also. He took the help of Rockefeller and Ford foundations to spread the Green Revolution to other countries. So he helped the International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center. They established one center. Next one, he won the Nobel Prize in 1970. His achievement in the crop production through the Green Revolution. Now today the task of the day is, till now we discuss about the Green Revolution, how it is increased the production. Even though this is one side of the coin, but we have other disadvantage also of the Green Revolution. You have to find out. See, today's task of the day, the Green Revolution of 1960 was a crucial for Indian agriculture. It is very important to Indian agriculture. Because of the Green Revolution only, now we are in the position to export. Right? What does this statement mean? You have to write your opinion. Next one, what are the drawbacks of the Green Revolution? By using the Green Revolution methods like HYV seeds, fertilizers, pesticides we are using. This also harmful to the soil. We are using more fertilizers, more pesticides, so the soil will lose the fertility, natural fertility. You collect the information and you write your opinion. This is the task of the day. Thank you, children.